Well, I think it's really interesting because so many of us, and I think especially women, are taught to give and sacrifice, who they are and what they want in order to provide for our partners, provide for our families, provide for our kids. And so we're taught to love others, but no one really talks about loving yourself. And I know self-love, self-love is a big buzzword. It's like love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I think a lot of people have a hard time because of generational trauma, traumatic experiences that you've had in your life. I mean, because we all have had some sort of hurt, heartache, suffering in our life, which causes us to doubt that, like, am I worthy of love? Because these horrible things have happened to me. So maybe I'm not worthy of receiving the love that I give to others. And so it's really confusing logically because in our heart and soul, we know that we're born from love. We spend our whole lifetime like seeking love. And then when our physical body is tired and ready to go, we return to love. And so there's this, now of course I'm speaking from a spiritual perspective because that's my perspective, that I believe that there's this energy greater than us, whether we call it God, goddess, creator, source, the universe, but something outside of us that lets us know like what love is. I mean, kids at a very young age, they're not taught racism, they're not taught misogyny, they're not taught, any sort of hate. They just love and they want to help people. And I think what happens in our conditioning is that we can get conditioned out of it. Like, oh, you have to be afraid. Oh, you have to shut down your emotions. Oh, you have to, behave in a certain way in order to make other people feel comfortable. And so it's like we're taught to disconnect from our very essence, which is our emotions. And our emotions are in our body. They're like signals that they give our body that lets us know like this feels good and this doesn't feel good. And that this doesn't feel good is usually the ways that we shut down and that we block ourselves from honoring the signals in our body. And our signals come from our emotions, they come from our intuition, they come from, I think, source, where we feel a sense of inspiration. And so we stop believing ourselves. We stop believing the messages that we receive. And so this self-love is a deep, deep dive into who am I? What am I feeling? How is this situation impacting me? And